was enough.
Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to the final. Very happy to welcome all the teams, all the participants, everyone who made it through this incredible journey of the last 72 hours where the teams were very hard working on their prototypes. I'm joined on stage by the CEO of Garage 48, Mari Hanikat, and we're both very happy to host this final event.
Yay! So awesome that so many teams have actually made it through these 72 hours. So excited to see the demos. I think this is the first year that I actually didn't get chance to follow the progress that well during the hackathon. So very excited to actually look at the top 20 teams and excited to get started. But before we get started, we would really like to thank the partners again who brought this initiative together. It's a true collaboration of many different organizations. It's not just one organization backing it up. It's a lot of the mentors, a lot of the speakers have came through these different organizations, topic have been put together. So who doesn't know yet, EU Africa The Journey is an initiative of the Estonian Development Cooperation Organization with us, Garage 48, as an implementing partner. The event is co-hosted by the African Union. The hackathon follows the Team Europe initiative of the European Commission with a co-financing of the EU delegation and the EU member states. And the African Union and Smart Africa have contributed strongly to shaping the topics, the challenges of the hackathon. All 11 topic areas are in line with African Union Agenda 2063 and UN Sustainable Development Goals.
Exactly, and the teams were working super hard during the weekend on their prototypes. Remember, we had over 500 submissions Of those submissions, we selected the top 200 and something teams to participate in the hackathon. And of those, I think we got into the finals, into the final submissions, close to 200 teams. The topic juries have already had a very difficult and hard time to select the top 20. That's what we're going to see today. We're going to see now the top 20 teams. I see already on Zoom a lot of people are anxiously waiting to see if they were selected to the final. Let's wave to the Facebook, everyone. Everybody wave to Facebook. Yes, there you go. So the people are waiting to see if they were selected to the top 20. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen is that we're going to play the videos of the top 20 teams. After each video, the jury is going to have to ask a few questions to clarify, and then we will have a decision of the winners of the hackathon. So before we introduce the jury, I just want to tell you what the jury is going to be looking for. What are the 4 criteria that they're going to be using to judge? So the first one is, how strong is the team? Do they have what it takes to continue working on this? And do they have what it takes to execute the idea that they came here with? So team is number 1. Second is, how much progress were they making during the hackathon? So they were getting support from the mentors and getting the prototypes ready during the 72 hours. How much work was the team actually doing during the hackathon? They came here with an idea. Hopefully they'll leave with a prototype, so we want to judge the progress. Then the impact and the business potential. Does the team have, does the solution have an impact towards the problem they're solving? And have they figured out a way to keep working on this in a sustainable financial way? So do they have a way to turn this into a business project? And lastly is the demo and the pitch itself. How well is the team at explaining what they did, and how well did they put together their thoughts into this demo video? But the ones who are tasked with the very, very challenging task of selecting the top teams out of these 20 are the jury members. And I'd like to see the jury members on the slide so that we can introduce them and they can say a few words about themselves. Let's start with our very own Trin Prem, who's joining us here from Estonia and who was leading the work of the mentors. Trin, are you with us?
Hello, yes, I'm with you. So I'm really honored and excited to be part of the team choosing the winners, and I already know that this is going to be super hard. My background is that I've been mentoring in Garage 48 events already more than 6 years, and in this hackathon I've been also coordinating the mentors team. So I have a small insight about what has been going on during the 72 hours. And I'm really excited to see all of the results.
Super, thank you, Trin. And I would say let's give a big round of applause to all the mentors that were helping the teams during this last 72 hours. All the lead mentors, the mentors who dedicated their time during the weekend to support the teams, making sure they had progress, and Trin was coordinating all of that. Then also joining us for the jury to make this final decision, we have Gonçalo Guedes, who is joining us, I think, from Mozambique, from Maputo. Gonçalo, are you with us? I think Gonçalo might have his mic off. Gonçalo, are you there?
I'm here. Can you see me?
Not yet.
Hello. Can you hear me at least?
We can hear you, yes.
You can hear me. Excellent. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm representing the delegation of the European Union to the African Union. We are very proud supporters of this initiative on this second year and for the years to come, I hope. Really, I think it's going to be a big challenge. It's been a big challenge already for all of you, organizers, participants. I mean, from 500 to 20 incredible projects. So I'm really happy to be here and to contribute to select the winning one. Here I am. Here we are.
Super.
Good luck to all of you.
Thank you, Gonçalo, for joining us. Then we have Agatha, who is, I think, joining us from. Are you in Paris at the moment?
Yes, that's correct. Greetings, everyone from France. I'm very glad to be here with you today. I'm European Affairs Coordinator at France Digital. We're the largest startup association in Europe. My background is in international project management and digital policy, and I can't wait to see these 20 top pitches and to see your ideas. You guys from the teams are tackling super important challenges for the future of our planet. So glad to be here and looking forward.
Thank you, Agatha, for that. And the last jury member, who is the head of the jury, is the CEO of Garage 48, Mari Hanikat.
Also very happy to be here. I'm gonna be sitting here on the stage, but I'm gonna have my mind completely focused on your demos and evaluating just as everyone else does. My background is organizing this for so many years and hopefully many more years to come. And I think I can evaluate what has been done, your progress during the 72 hours quite well, because I'm used to seeing the hackathon prototypes. So good luck, everyone.
Good luck, everyone. And I see that everyone is again eagerly waiting for us to start with the demos. We'll get to that very, very shortly. Before we do that, just very briefly to talk about what's waiting you. What are the prizes? So we had divided, or the teams had selected which topics that are going to work under. The topics that had enough teams competing, they get a prize money for the winner of that topic. We will announce that at the award ceremony. And from the top 20, we will choose the top 3, which will get a monetary prize. So the total prize pool, which is at stake here, is close to 50,000 euros. On top of that, we will also select the teams that will continue on an incubation program, some sort of accelerator that we will do online to support the teams in their journey. So remember, this is EU Africa, the journey. The hackathon is probably the first step, but the journey doesn't stop here, and we will continue with an acceleration program. Having said that, I think we're ready for the videos, right? One more prize, which is in your hands, is the favorite of the audience. Don't forget to vote for that. The voting is still open while we show the videos. So the voting is still open until the jury is making a decision. So the favorite of the audience is up to everyone watching at home, all the people that are your friends on your social networks. So be sure to share that. And before we kick it off, comment on Facebook which country you're watching this from, because if I remember correctly, we had over
110.
Yeah, 110,
110 yeah.
Countries who were participating in this hackathon, making it a truly global event. It's no longer just EU Africa, but we had participants from all over. So comment on the Facebook, where are you watching us from? And I think we're ready to kick off, right?
Let's do it.
So let's get with the announcing of the top 20. Let's look at some videos and get some questions from the jury. First one up is a team that came from Ethiopia, and they are competing on the education topic. The team name is Kelem AI. So let's look at their video and then get the questions from the video. Kelem AI.
Salam, my name is Bilisuma from Kelem AI Technology from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Do you know, according to several researches, alphabet knowledge is a vital skill for children to acquire for learning to read and write. Generally, teaching young children could be difficult because the focus of young children is different from adults. Our solution is introducing fun, interactive, augmented reality learning that could grab the attention. Therefore, it enhances the teaching and learning process. Let's see reading alphabets.
A,
Little a,
B,
little b.
Let's see writing alphabets. First, in this exercise, children will select an alphabet. Children will play and learn how to write by tracing the letters in the correct order. Let us see the augmented reality alphabet flashcards in action. When the phone camera finds the image target, a 3D representation of the alphabet will come to life. For special needs students, American Sign Language will be visible and teach them the sign language for each alphabet. This is Walia ibex, endemic to Ethiopian highlands. Kids will learn about animals and nature using our application. This is Kabero, endemic to Ethiopia. These are the teams behind this hackathon: a designer, a developer, AI engineer, education specialist, and myself, a project manager and software engineer. Let's see the impact. By using inclusive teaching methods, special needs students will be helped in our app. The primary outcome is that the children in the community will be able to read and write at an early age. Our business model is simple: B2B selling the alphabet book for parents, and B2B providing custom solution for schools. If you are interested, come, let us work together to change the way we teach the next generation. አመሰግናለሁ።
All right. Thank you very much for that. Let's see if the team is here ready to answer the questions and who in the jury has questions for Team Kelem AI.
I could easily ask a question. Yeah. So please tell us, what did you do during the 72 hours? And just as a clarification, what is the end product? Is it a book that comes with some sort of apps, or what is it?
Yes,
Mobile app?
in the hackathon, it will be a mobile app. The application will be in an Android store. Then there will be an alphabet book, which is for children's giveaway or to sell. Then in this hackathon, I developed the augmented reality part and the tracing part.
Thank you. All clear.
Thank you.
Are there any more questions from the jury? Yeah, Agatha?
Yes, thank you for the great pitch. I was wondering about your pricing strategy. Do you plan to have a different pricing for schools and for individuals? And yeah, how do you see it scaling?
Our plan is around Addis Ababa. There is new schools, children's KG schools. So if we get the funding, we'll provide the printed books, and any person from the internet can download and print our book and use it freely.
All right. Thank you very much. We are limited with time, so we don't have time for more questions from the jury. But let's move on to the next one. So do you want to introduce the next one?
Sure. The next one comes from the topic of food, and they are from Togo. And the team name is FRS Foundation.
Hello, I'm Kosi Lorimpo Aja from Togo, contesting for Team 32 FRS Foundation, and we are working on the idea of boosting the seed system to improve on food security. Food insecurity is prevalent in West African countries, including Togo. This is due to yield instability as a result of climate change, difficulty for consumers to access food, and for small-scale farmers to get agricultural inputs. More than 70% of Togolese are prone to be food insecure if nothing is done. To avert this looming calamity, we propose a mobile app through which farmers can have access to climate-smart seed or other inputs and consumers to agricultural goods. In order to facilitate the accessibility to goods, the consumers and farmers can place their orders through our app, and it will be delivered to their doorstep. All the farmers that will take seed and input from us will have their agricultural products sold under our brand. Also, through this app, farmers and consumers will have access to the training and counseling on climate-smart agricultural practices from our experts. through this project, farmers' yield will be increased and the yield will become stable. Also, the income of the family will be increased by 20% and the consumer preference also will be satisfied. We intend to add more features to the app according to the consumer suggestion and involve local institutions that work directly with farmers for a better outreach.
Here is the demo. This is the user interface after the login. It is subdivided into 4 menus. We have seeds, agriculture input, agriculture product, and smart agriculture. The farmer can choose to buy some seed. He click on the seeds button and he can see different categories. He click on the cereals and buy some maize. He can choose the quantity he wants. And here he choose to see the product that he chose. He click to order by WhatsApp. And here the message is generated automatically. He validates. And here is the details of the order.
Our team includes a specialist in seed production and climate smart agriculture, a software developer, a designer, an education specialist, and a community manager. The gain from this project will come from the purchases of seed and other inputs by the producers, and a profit margin of 10% on the finished product sold through our apps. Jury members, you have the power to put smile on millions of Togolese faces by approving this project. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that video and presentation. Let's go for the jury questions.
I always have questions, and I think I have the privilege of being here and quickly asking. For me, it seems that you want to do so many different things. You want to help the farmers, you want to help the consumers, but it's a bit unclear to me, how do you even reach to these people, to both of these customers, consumers and then the farmers? How do you reach? What's your marketing strategy? How do you get them to use this application?
Okay, thank you once more. Before the hackathon, we have done a survey, among all the farmers group throughout the country. So we have like more than 200 farmer group now in the country. We have that one in our database already. So once we kick off the project, we are going to go through all these farmers and explain them the benefits of the project, how they stand to gain out of this project. Also, as for the consumers, what we will do is that we are going to contact the hotel, the restaurant, and also we are going to from service to service, like maybe government service, and sensitize on them. Because most of the time, what we notice is that those who are working maybe in the government or in private society don't have time to go to the market. So what we tend to do is that through this app, they can just easily place their order and everything they need will be provided from them. So the idea is that once the farmers buy the seed from us, we can actually help them sell what they are producing. Because we notice that most of the farmers produce, for example, tomato inside in our country, like in the rural area, but they don't have the mean, maybe for transportation or to bring it to the city so that they can buy it. So we want to be the cornerstone between the farmers and the consumers. That's what we stand to do.
Okay, very quickly, also follow up. How do you going to monetize it? How do you make money?
Yeah, making money is first of all for the farmers. When we sell the seed to them, we are going to have money from that. Also, all the farmers that will be engaged in the product, and also all the sellers who will be going to engage in this program. Once something is sold through our app, we are going to get a benefit of 10% on that. The benefits of 10% on what we sell through our app. In another way is that.
Do we have any more questions from the jury? Otherwise, it's a bit too long on the Q&A. Any more questions for the jury? I can't see the jury at the moment.
Any more questions from? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's related to the team. How many people and who does what?
Okay, I'm talking. I am actually the innovation manager, and my specialization is a seed production and climate smart agriculture. there is a software developer who actually developed the app during these 3 days. And we also have a community manager who will be handling everything concerning the social media, the marketing strategy. We have also a designer who is going to design the product. Globally, that's the team member we are having actually.
All right. Thank you very much for that, FRS Foundation. Now it's time to move on with the next one. The next one comes from the education topic again. It is from Swaziland and it's called Proudly African. Let's look at their video.
My name is Tobegang Malo. I am from Eswatini. My team name is Team Proudly African and we are team number 20. There are 2 members in my team, Fanele Sibonge Malaza, who holds a degree in computer science and physics, and Tanisha Mapalala holds a degree in African languages plus a certificate in education. Can you think of a solution that will bridge the gap between Africans, students, teachers, and tourists? Well, in the last 72 hours of the hackathon, my team and I developed an African languages translation mobile application, whereby we translated over 250 words from 4 languages. 2 of those languages are on Google Translate and 2 of those languages are not on Google Translate. Africa has 2,000 languages and there's only 13 African languages on Google. We aim to make this a business one day. How so? We will sell APIs to organizations that need translation services. We will also upload the app on Google Play Store where users can get to download it and then pay to use the app. The users will pay through different packages depending on the user's needs, how long they're going to use the app, that is. The plan is to develop this and expand it and add more languages as much as we can. Let me show you how it works. Tobeka is a young teacher and entrepreneur that has just traveled to Zimbabwe for a 5-year English teaching job. She is posted to teach in a Ndebele-dominated area. She finds it hard to communicate with the students because of language barrier. A colleague advises her to download the Proudly African app after failing to explain to students what Hari is in their language. She clicks on the language that she wants to translate from, which is English, and then clicks the language she wants to translate to, which is Ndebele. She puts on the word, types in the word that she wants to translate, which is Hari, translates it, and then it gives her Pangisa. You will notice that it tells her which class it is. It is a verb. And then she has a hard time to pronounce the word. So she plays the audio so that she can be able to pronounce the word properly for her students.
Pangisa. Pangisa.
So now she is able to translate.
All right, thank you very much for that. Let's now go to the jury. I see Gonzalo you have your hand up. I don't know if it's from the previous one or do you have a question for the team, Gonzalo?
I do. I'm sorry. I actually do. I was raising the hand from the previous one, but I still have a question here. The question is related to what is the added value? I mean, what are you offering that other online translation services don't? What's the new element? What's the catch here?
Okay, thank you so much. Like I mentioned in the video, on Google Translate, there's 13 languages. We don't have, maybe we do, but translation for African languages is very minimal. And those African languages that are on Google Translate, they don't have the text-to-speech function, which we are providing on the Proudly African app. So that is how we are different from the others. And also, we actually have apps, languages that are not on Google Translate, combining them with the ones that are on Google Translate, so that each and every person who is in a different country can be able to use the app efficiently.
All right. I see Trine has a question.
Yes, thank you for your presentation. How big is the market size? Like how many different African languages are you planning to implement in your application, and how big is the market who actually needs to translate this to English or English to these languages? Thank you.
Okay, so sorry, please repeat that question again. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear it properly.
Yes, so how big is the market size? How many people would need that kind of translation from English to those languages?
Well, the market is quite big. Even we here on Zoom are a target market, because you find that last week we had a conference here on Zoom, and we were finding it difficult to communicate with one another because we couldn't, understand one another. There had to be translators in the background for people that were speaking French, people that were speaking Spanish and other languages. So I just thought to myself, why not just have provide maybe APIs for platforms like this that can help participants on Zoom and platforms like this. Tourists, for example, when they go to different countries, they can be able to use the app, because one of the major reasons for crime rate is because when tourists visit a country that they don't know the language they can be able to use it, pay to have the package, and that is if the language is there. It is a big project. It sounds like a big project, but it doesn't mean that it is not attainable. So slowly and surely, because in a space of 3 days, we're able to translate over 250 languages together with the audios. So it is an achievable task, and the target market is tourists, Africans themselves, so we can communicate to one another, teachers and students, so they can be able to explain concepts to one another, and any other person
we
that
have to
wants
cut
learn
you
a
off
new
there because we're
language.
really
Thank you.
running out of time. Thank you so much for that. I think it's time to move on to the next one. Thank you for that. So the next one, we're shifting gears a little bit. The next one
is from the topic of digital economy. They are from Kenya, and the team name is Ngao.
Hello, this is Team Ngao, and our goal is to empower the gifted community of gamers in Africa and elevate the esports industry through mobile and blockchain technology. Esports in Africa presents opportunities that can potentially be modeled into a viable career. The esports community is growing impressively, and more gamers are engaging in competitive tournaments. But a lack of corporate sponsorship worsens the struggle for upcoming and potential pro gamers. For the hackathon, we tackled 2 questions. How can we empower gamers in Africa to make a living of their craft full-time? 2, how can we increase esport fan engagement in Africa?
The solution is Ngao, a mobile platform that brings together gamers, their fans, and other esports stakeholders. Ngao will provide a leaderboard for pro gamers to showcase their prowess and for interested stakeholders to have access to African talent. Ngao will also allow gamers to make money by uploading premium content and selling NFT art on a mobile platform. These features will be available to pro users on a premium subscription model.
The welcome screen guides the user to select their favorite games and players. The user is then directed to the home feed that contains content specific to their interest. They can also view a leaderboard with the rankings of other players. Ngao will allow users to connect and interact with their friends, as well as link their social media accounts to the Ngao account. In the Ngao marketplace, gamers can buy and sell merch as well as NFT art.
Ngao will shine a light on the esports talent in Africa and will legitimize the craft by opening a new avenue of earning a living for gamers and creatives. Amateur gamers will learn from the best talent in the continent and interact with seasoned gamers, fostering mentor-mentee relationships. We plan on creating an accompanying affiliate marketplace that brands can access on a subscription model to enlist pro gamers in marketing their goods and services. Also, we will roll out more features as we carry out research and run tests to understand the needs of our users.
We are a dedicated and agile team of passionate designers, gamers and developers who would love to see the gaming community in Africa thrive. Electronic sports provides an opportunity to empower the African youth economically and socially with the larger goal of transforming lives. Let us make gaming what it is supposed to be: empowering, enriching, and epic.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Ngao. Let's get some questions from the jury. Who has a question for Team Ngao? I see Agatha has her hand up.
Yes, thank you for the pitch. I wanted to dive a bit deeper into the blockchain and NFT part. So I was wondering which NFTs are you supporting in your demo, and do you plan to expand to more? And why did you choose to develop in this direction? Thank you.
Oh, hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, thank you for the question. We chose the NFT route because already gamers are very conversant with making digital transactions. And we found even within our circles, there's a lot of knowledge around the NFT ecosystem. So we thought that would be a good selling point for our app, but we also plan to support the more standard route of selling merchandise and all that. But NFT is definitely our unique value proposition. Yes.
All right. I think Trine also had a question.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. I would like to know who you consider as your competitors.
Our competitors. Maybe John. John, are you on the call?
Yes, I am. One of our competitors is a platform called Strafe. That is a gaming platform that also brings together gamers, but largely in the Western countries. It's not big in Africa. So our target market is the African market, and we go beyond what Strafe does by offering the marketplace for merchandise and skins, whatever kind of game merch that gamers might be interested in buying and selling. Yes, but one of our biggest competitors will be Strafe.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Team Ngao. Let's move on with the show. Let's go now to a team that came out of the financial services track. I think they come from Nigeria, and they are Crediometer. Crediometer, let's look at their video.
Nigeria has over 41 million SMEs who still struggles to receive payment for business transactions, losing trillions of dollars yearly, and the only available means of payment for most of these SMEs is cash, closing door to all kinds of digital payment like bank transfer and card payments, which most times are difficult to operate for a typical African market men and women, farmers, artisans, drivers. To this problem, we are introducing Credio Merchant app and Credio Leader. With just 3 clicks, SMEs can now receive payment using this solution.
So here's the card reader. All you have to do is insert the card into the card reader. Okay, so now you have to click on withdraw. Then you type the amount you want. So in this case, I'm putting in 7,000 naira. Alright, so I'm just going to type in my PIN, and yeah, so there we have it.
This solution is built for businesses of all shapes and sizes, from the tomato sellers in the African market to the cab drivers, the farmers in the rural part of Africa, to the e-commerce and the tech startups and companies. This solution is built to suit all forms of businesses that receives payments. With over 8,740 SMEs who are ready to adopt this solution in partnership with United Bank of Africa, one of Nigeria and Africa's largest bank, Express Payment Solution, Unified Payment Solution, InterSwish, and global technology partners who during this hackathon are ready to partner to scale this solution. We believe this will ease the means of receiving payment for business owners in Africa and Nigeria. Thank you.
These are the mail received from our partners who are ready to work with us. This is a mail from United Bank of Africa. This is another mail from Express Payment Solution, who supplied us the Credio reader where we actually built our solution on. This is very good security, who are do the security section, and they are ready to work with us according to the mail on this solution, having explained what we do with them in the mail. This is another mail from GTP, who handles card solution as well. We have InterSwitch also, who are ready to work with us on this solution.
My name is Adewumi. I am the business lead, and we have Raji, who is a developer, Ayomide, who works at the front end and as well as the UI designer. Together, we have combined experience of over 25 years in the fintech ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that video. Now let's go to the jury for some questions. I don't see any hands up at the moment. I see Agatha. Agatha, go ahead.
Yes, thank you for the pitch. I was wondering, how does your solution deal with the problem of poor connectivity, especially in countryside areas?
Okay. Hello, thank you. Hello. So what we are building, it's a small Android device that could actually read cards now for a typical market men and women. And how we handle connectivity now, it's most phones, like, you know, with the high rate of smartphone penetrating into the African market, you just need to connect your phone with that particular device by Bluetooth now. By Bluetooth, that is how it works. Then the transaction occurs. That's basically with the aim of just 3 clicks, simple for the typical African market woman.
All right. Any more questions from the jury?
I would quickly like to know about the team and team skills. Who do you have in the team?
Okay, our team both have combined experience of 25 years working in the fintech ecosystem. I am Adewumi, the project lead and the business lead. We have Raji, who also is a developer, and Ayomide, who works at the front end and back end. We all are previous founders who had at one point been have a startup which we've actually operated before coming together again as previous founders. So together we have the skills to actually run this. These are our major teams in this hackathon.
Thank you. Good demo.
All right. Let's now move on to the next one.
Yes. Sorry, I'm juggling between different tasks. So the next one is from the digital economy track. And it's a very international team, Europe, and then Africa getting together, Zambia, Austria, Norway, team micro advisory for Africa.
Dear jury, hello, my name is Gabby, and today I'm going to present what our team Micro Advisory for Africa did during the past 72 hours. Our team with Marcus, Johannes, Jonathan, Stephen, and others is a mixed one coming from Europe and Africa with a background in banking, diplomacy, academia, consulting, and IT. We believe that no one should be excluded from the benefits of digitalization and competent business advice. Think of the big 4 consulting firms along with financial advisors, lawyers, and bankers being accessible and most importantly, affordable to SMEs, startups, and other corporates in portions of 30, 60, and 90 minutes video advisory sessions. So this is exactly what we were focusing on during this hackathon. We came up with Mint Africa, a quick way for getting the best business advisory services for Africa in an efficient and fully digital way. Mint Africa is meant to be a B2B marketplace for consulting services, aiming at bridging the gap between the business community and professional advisors. For the past 72 hours, we delivered on the design aspect along with the logo and the visuals. We bought the domain, set up the technical first demo, define the marketing and business strategy to make it work immediately after this competition. We managed also to talk to more than 100 experts and did a survey with businesses to understand what their current pain points might be. As you can see, the platform is clickable. We managed to onboard a couple of hackathon mentors and team members to make sure that there are some users to showcase already. And this is exactly how it's going to work in the real world too. We want to make advisory as simple as possible. So recreate a feeling of a mentoring session. So if you want to have an advisory session with me, you can just book me a click away. You can recommend me to your peers, message me, and upload documents before our advisory session starts. As a marketplace, we will be taking a percentage from each paid advisor session, while we will also opt for subscription models with our strategic partners to make sure that packages of advice are also available. For the marketing aspect, we partnered with financial magazines in Zambia, and we hope that we will have an outreach also in other countries by partnering with other PR leaders. Taking into consideration that most of the businesses in African countries are SMEs, the market has a clear need for such solutions that can deliver a quick and efficient solution, and is valued to billions of dollars. So next month, we plan on onboarding around 100 advisors to make sure that we have an offer. And then we will partner with accelerators, incubators, innovation hubs, business networks, and professional associations to actually make sure that the offer is accessible to as many businesses as possible. So we hope that we fired you with the strong wish to support microadvisor in Africa, and thank you so much. Bye-bye. Ciao.
All right, thank you so much for that. Let's now head to the jury to ask questions. I see Trine has her hand up.
Hey, thank you for the presentation. So did you also talk or did you were in contact with SMEs and clarified, are they interested of this this solution? Would they use it?
Yes, thank you very much for your question. And to the matter of fact, yes, we managed to interview around 30 between startups and SMEs, simply because we want the marketplace to be a solution for their pinpoints, pains, let's put it that way, so that we understand what type of service we need to give them in the first place. So mainly they said that they would need advice with tax and legal when it comes to setting up a new company, or migrating to another African country, and generally like business and marketing issues like liquidity are, I would say, the most important things that we tried to package in later on in concrete service offers, and that we will later on, starting from Monday, hopefully then start really also onboarding advisors who can answer to that type of questions and problems they have.
Thank you. Thank you. And very quickly from Gonzalo.
Again, the question on the team: how many people and who does what?
Streets.
So, can I?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You want me to repeat?
Yeah, thanks. Yes, so we have a lead developer. This is Johannes. So he had his ID company before. We have me, the connector between many different countries and the business development part of it. We have Steven, who is focusing on actually organizing also community events and basically getting the mentors all together and advisors when it comes to that. Jonathan is focusing on the business side, so on the other side of the marketplace to really bring the startups and the SMEs on board. And then we have Marcus also, who's really the financial head of everything and really supports with the whole thing and the whole package, I would say.
All right, very good. Very international team as well. Well done, guys, with your prototype. Let's move on to the next one. So now we're traveling all the way to Lesotho, where we have a team in the Smart Cities category, Be My Park. Let's look at their video.
I'm Junior, founder of Be My Park. Our team consists of 3 members, which is Jampo, embedded system developer, and Enoch, software developer. Be My Park, we address issues of drivers wasting time and money searching for available parking space. Our solution is to reduce amount of fuel and time spent by customers looking for available parking space. We are in a process of looking partnership with Music Limited, the company managing its parking lots here in Kigali. We pitched Be My Park as an idea. Last month, they appreciate, they like it, and they recommend to build web application. We appreciate after this hackathon, we have nothing to show them, but now we can show them what web application is working. Our team is brilliant with the common goals and excellent open communication plus 4 years experience in tech industry. Wasting time looking for parking space is now over. Be My Park is a solution to reserve parking space in just 60 seconds using your mobile devices. Thank you. This is how web system looks like, and then this is what we have done during the hackathon. As you see, a user has already logged in. He can book slots. As you see, he books slots. It gives slots that is already booked. He booked another one. It shows have successfully booked and received confirmation email. So this is a part of user interacting with our web applications. This is our admin portal. You can count the time each user spends in the parking area. You can see all the statistics for per day. This is a slots updated from sensors. As you see, it has already read and other statistics for each day. Then this is a connecting of hardware with our web system. He puts cards for the entry. He will comes, Jean Paul charge 0 and gets open for him. And then for the exit, he's going also to put the cards for the payments. The system accepts the cards and charge. He will comes first and charge 200 francs and gets open for him. Then this is how hardware interacting with our system. You can pay by using cards. And then what he's going to detect the car on the ground. Then it sends data to the system, to the web application. As you see, here the slots has been already changed from 1 to 2. These are parking routes available. Then this is how it shows the slots is not available because it was already booked.
All right, thank you very much for that presentation. Now let's go to the jury for some questions. Who has questions to Be My Park from Lesotho? I see Agatha.
Yes, thank you for the pitch. I would have 2 questions. The first is, you plan to have a mobile app for your platform as well? And the second concerns the card. Is it a prepaid card? And I guess that's related also to your business model. It's a lot of questions, actually. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to say thank you for the jury for choosing Be My Park. So for the cards, we do that for the prototype, but here in Kigali we have a tap and go. Tap and go. You tap on the beast, then it charge money, then you can enter the car. So what we are going to do as Be My Park, we are going to introduce that cards to the payments of car fees. If someone entering to the parking area, he can put that cards he using for the bus, then he can charge the amount. Then we will get 0.4 USD per each transaction. 0.4 USD, that means it's a 400 Rwandan francs. So we expect that to get some revenues when we implement this idea. And fortunate enough, we have already partners with here in Kigali Parking Management. They will support us through the whole process. And we hope after this hackathon, we go there and pitch so that we can get support and partnering with us. We're also working with the private parking areas where they will ask us to deploy our system, then they can manage their employees and their customers. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that and for the answer. I don't know if there's any other questions from the jury. Mari, do you have a question?
No, I just had a question of I'm not well aware of how many parking places like that are there actually available, where you can implement your solution.
Actually, we have three common places known here in Kigali, Chic and downtown. It covers a 1,000 parking slots. So we want to go there and to deploy this system that could help them to manage their parkings, because some customers, they come, when they reach the place, they couldn't find a place to park. Then they move around to go to find another one. So we are trying to approach them, then to deploy our system to the ground so that everyone will be able to see the slots available through their mobile devices. So the slots, the number of parking here in Kigali are lots, and we expect that we keep increasing for the future, because the cars are daily imported in the country.
I'm guessing it's even better, like in it's even more useful in very chaotic cities.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's go on to the next one. Mari, do you want to introduce the next one?
Yes, sure. I'm going to introduce the next team. So the next team up is from Uganda. The topic is education, and the team name is Kreyat.
As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, majority of parents turn to homeschooling as an alternative to providing meaningful education to students, to their children. Of course, they face quite a number of problems, like lacking proper learning materials, teachers also who came in failing to provide homeschooling at scale to majority of our learners, and then this coupled with other hardships like possibility of schools not opening again due to people who are running these schools turning to other avenues of money, and also teachers also turning to other avenues of earning income. We feel that there is need for a solution that solves the issues that are faced with homeschooling. So with homeschool, we believe teachers, or with homeschool and with your help, we believe we can be in position to hire full-time teachers who can come up with learning materials for learners. And with a platform, they can be able to track and also hold classrooms as the key critical activities that are involved in providing meaningful education to learners. So we believe by providing a platform to learners that where they can access learning material, and then also have classrooms, and then also have access to full-time teachers any time of the day would be a good way of providing meaningful education in our home environment. So we also believe that if we can influence policymakers, and perhaps maybe they can find a way of recognizing such platforms as sources for credible education, then we can be in line to build fully online schools in Uganda and all over Africa. So this is the platform. This is a homeschool, and this is one of the key features that actually makes it unique. It's a room. A room is short for classroom, and this is where teachers can hold conversations like they can actually hold conversations which mimic a classroom experience. So this is homeschool, and we want to redefine the homeschool experience into a credible and a permanent alternative for providing meaningful education to learners.
All right, thank you so much for that presentation. Let's see who in the jury has some questions for this team. Mari, perhaps you have a question.
Yeah, I have a question. I'm thinking, like, how do you define this classroom experience? Like, all the kids are already in the Zoom. How do you define what's specific about the classroom experience? What's special about you?
Do we have the team?
We can't hear you very well. Someone's talking in the background, but perhaps the volume is a bit bad.
Better now?
Yes.
Is it better?
Yes, we can hear you. It's kind of difficult to understand, but go ahead, try to answer the question.
Or type the answer in the chat.
So I'll try and raise my voice. So what we are trying
Actually, we can't hear you. I'm sorry. If it's possible, please type the answer on the chat. All the jury can see it, and I can see it as well. It's just, and then also.
So Mari, maybe you can repeat the question.
So my question was, how do you define this unique classroom experience? How is it different from any shared Teams or Zoom space that we're already well aware of? What does it? How do you define the classroom experience? That's my first question. And then we have a question also from Agatha and Gonzalo. Perhaps let's type these questions into the chat as well.
So we'll get typed questions on the chat for this team, and hope the team can answer those questions while we are doing the live, and then we will get some clarification for this team. In the meantime, let's get ready to move on. We're going to go for the next video, the next team that made it to the top 20. Just a reminder, we're now showing you the top 20 videos. So all the teams that are still waiting to see if they're in the top 20, hang in there because there's still some room to go. So the next one is in the category of health, a very important category, health. And we have a very multinational team from France, Morocco, and Egypt. And it's called Aspire Stack. Aspire Stack, let's look at their video.
Hello everyone, Aspire Stack here. My name is Ayub, the team leader of SOS Vault project and full stack developer. We have Karima, front-end developer and video maker, Uthman, back-end developer, Malika, a front-end developer and speech maker, Mohammed, UX UI designer, Anas, marketer. We have front-end developer. Let's go.
Hello, this is Adam. Currently a patient hospitalized. Adam needs a blood bag in order to do urgent heat surgery. To make things go quickly, his daughter Sarah decided to go to the nearest blood transfusion center instead of just waiting. Apparently, there is already a long queue waiting in turn, due to the lack of blood bags, and she had to wait her turn for hours and hours, maybe even days. Previously, the stock of blood in Morocco allows in these best cases to cover the needs of 15 days of consumption. Nevertheless, with COVID-19, it barely reached a 24-hour stock. And according to health organizations in the following countries, there was a significant drop in blood donations compared to 2019, a decrease of 13% in Algeria, 10% in Angola, 18% in Spain, and 28% in Greece. Without forgetting that France has launched quite a few times during this year emergency appeals. More or less, we quickly understand that this is the case everywhere in the world. By following this state, Adam and others who have the same situation risk their life every day, just for some droplets of blood.
SOS Blood, the smart and innovative solution which will help blood seekers to find blood donors as soon as they post their requests attached with their location. So, as you can see here on the application, you can see the goal of our application. We will create a profile, submit the form. Here is the profile. We can see donors and applicants, add a request. After adding the request, the donor will fill the form and then he will chat with the seeker and then we're done.
Let's tell you now about our business model. Well, our customer segments will be either people who need blood, people who save lives, and blood donation centers. To keep our customers' relationship, we will notify them, we have a chatbot to answer them questions, and we have a score system to encourage them. You will ask us what is our value propositions. Then our answer is allowing you to know people who need your help. Also, the applicants can share their allocation and chat with donors to fix an appointment and so many other functionalities. We plan to have many partners like clinics, hospitals, investors, and sponsors, and we have a large future views.
And we are planning to add so many features like personal blood bank to our application. We are so happy because we got so many experience during this hackathon. With a drop, we can save the globe.
All right, thank you so much for that presentation. I see Gonzalo has a question. Gonzalo, go ahead.
Yeah, my question is the same question I asked the previous pitch, connected to communicating your products. How do you what's your outreach plan? Do you have a communications plan? How do you plan to go to sell your product?
Yeah, actually, our application is not the product. Our product is the relationship with the companies. So our application will help people to get what they need with blood. So as a matter of fact, our relationship with the big companies, they will use their partnership to generate a good image of Mark, and also we will promote our application to we will not promote the application. Actually, we are going to to publish our application as soon as possible on the big platforms.
All right. I think we got an answer. Any more questions from the jury? I see Agatha has a question.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. How will you monetize your service?
Okay, our partners will support us to achieve the first goal. The second goal is making the blood bank, personal blood bank, which will help people to store their personal blood in their accounts and use it for later use. So if, for example, they have an emergency, they can use that blood or someone of their families.
All right, let's move on with the show and and go to the next video.
Yes, I really am excited to announce the next video. It's about one of my favorite beauty products ever. And the team comes from Morocco and Argan Oil, and the team name is Arga Crushers.
Hi, my name is Wissal and I am the team lead of Arga Crushers. In Morocco, not only is our gold yellow, but it can take various shades of green. Our Argania tree holds every Moroccan soul in its roots. The argan industry makes up a vital part of the Moroccan economy by employing 7.8% of the entire population. Berber women occupy almost 80% of the working posts in the oil extraction process, with an average salary of $70 per month, a very small amount in an industry generating over $30 million in export per year. The waste to this production is estimated to be 97%. Recent studies have shown that the residue of argan oil, APC, is more concentrated on saponines than the oil itself, chemicals that are highly demanded in the cosmetic field. We started in the first 24 hours by extracting saponines using ethanol. The saponines will be then separated from the ethanol using the rota vapor after 6 hours. The 42nd hour marks our saponification process, where we pour the mixture into mold we've created using a 3D printer, leaving it then to harden for the next day. Our market size englobes worldwide consumers of organic products. The Moroccan international trade of the beauty and cosmetic products is valued at $85 million, whereas the soap industry generates a total of $17 million. Our unique take on the argan residue narrows down the competition. Moreover, we are teaming up with the Argan Oil Cooperative as key partners who will be beneficial in APC purchase. Our business model opens up a new market vertical for women of argan oil cooperatives, as they will be the ones who will commercialize our product. E-commerce will help us reach international customers. This will allow us to set a price range from $3 to $10, depending on the client's spec, with a revenue margin of 60% per batch. We are looking to expand our line by partnering up with beauty centers to provide broad sale points for our product. Sponsorship is set to be obtained on environmental and cultural events, and mobilizing women in our product makes for a good multi-level marketing strategy. Dear jurors, as a team of 9 young engineer students aspiring to make the world a better place, we are ready to pour our heart into this product by using our expertise, knowledge, and ambition to revive the Argania tree and its caretakers by valorizing the waste of argan oil.
Thank you so much for that video. Now let's go to the jury for some questions. Mari, do you have a question?
Yeah, my main question is, like, it's obvious that you have a strong team, like a science background, engineering, but the question is, it's hard assessing based on the demo video only to see what you have built during the 72 hours. So what did you focus on?
We focused first on the prototype. I actually envisioned having 2 parts of our team. A part of our team is working on the prototype on a lab, and a part of our team is trying to perfect our business model and trying to find new channels in our business model to work on. So the first part of our team was on the prototype. It was a bit hard because we are trying to make first a soap, because we want to focus on one product first. And fortunately, it was successful. And for the business model, we stayed, me and 3 other team members who are really powerful on the business side, to work and to know how to monetize our business.
How long did it take to make one soap?
Actually, it took, we started from the start of the 72 hours, because the long process is the extraction of the oil, but we were able to extract it in only 6 hours, which was really, really good for us. And at the end, I actually have the prototype here. So we have a soap. It's here. We actually made it, and we're really happy and proud.
Very cool, very cool. Just in time for Christmas. So, any more questions from the jury? I see Trine has a question.
Hey, thank you for the presentation. I saw during the demo that you were also scrolling some kind of website or something, or was it just a picture, or did you also manage to create website or web shop or something like that?
Yes, we actually, after talking to our mentors on the hackathon, we envisioned doing a website too, because in our channel distribution, we envision having e-commerce as a powerful partner in reaching our international customers. So we have really good potential in our team, because there are some data science engineers, software engineers, and they try to generate a template on how our website will be. So the website is actually really real, but we only need the backend that needs a lot more work.
All right, thank you very much for that. Let's move on. Now we're going from Morocco to East Africa. We're going to go to meet team from Tanzania and Kenya, and this is in the food category, and the team is Agreement.
My name is Boniface Nyalwal, and I'm from Team Agreement. Food production has failed to keep up with the rising population. As a result, in Kenya alone, there is 14.6 million people who face food insecurity. 2.6 million of these people go to bed hungry every day. A recent research conducted by Agrofin estimated that one of the largest contributors to the low production is poor farm practices, lack of accurate data to inform farmers on what to do and when to do it and how to do it, and unavailability of quality farm supplies. Agreement is founded on the backbone of providing quality inputs, farm data, and showing farmers proper farming practices in order to increase current food production by 40%. Agreement is an AI-powered mobile app with a USSD integration that links small and medium holder farmers to verified local quality input suppliers while providing information on proper farm inputs, supply and demand, limit price fluctuations, and ultimately increase farmers' income.
Supplier signs up quickly, and then they can list the product by scanning the QR code that is embedded on the product by the Kenya National Bureau of Standards. The information on the code is auto-filled on the platform, so the supplier can only enter the amount of the product and then list. Under their dashboard, they can add more stock, they can do sales analysis, and they can also view price trends to help them with better decision-making processes. When a farmer visits the platform, the process is also easy. They're able to sign up, after which they can either verify the farm inputs by scanning the QR code on the product. If they're ordering, then the farmer can be able to either search the product, filter the product, or view various displays such as frequently ordered. After this, they can be able to adjust the quantity of the product they're looking for, which automatically adjusts the amount, and then proceed to the payment. On the dashboard, they can see weather details, price trends, they can receive farming inputs, and then they can also schedule various farming activities.
We are targeting 1 million farmers and 150,000 input suppliers in Kenya alone. Input suppliers will be charged to sell on the platform at a 5% fee on every sale made. Farmers, on the other hand, will have a free platform usage. In return, we will crowdsource data from them by asking miscellaneous questions like weather patterns, daily data, crop performance, crop pricing, and input pricing. Behind the dream is a team with cumulative experience of 24 years with varying backgrounds, including product development, research, web development, marketing, and building scalable startups.
All right, thank you so much for that. Let's now head to the jury for some questions. I see you, Gonçalo.
Thanks for the pitch. My question is related to how do you get to the farmers? How do you make them aware of this app? You mentioned a potential to reach 1 million farmers, if I understood correctly. How do you reach to them?
Yes.
How do you make them?
Yes. So currently, I'm formerly co-founder of a different company that was helping farmers basically with practices, and I was dealing with about 1,500 farmers up to today. Additionally, we are collaborating with cooperatives because they have huge number of farmers or as a membership, ranging from about 500 farmers up to about 5,000 farmers. So reaching them would require us to collaborate and partner with these farmer cooperatives. Additionally, we're also collaborating with NGOs that are supporting farmers. So this way we can provide after training, technical support, and also just offer this information. So basically signing up for farmers is a really easy process in the country because we already have farmers in groups. We're also using a USSD option, as I mentioned, which allows them to just use, these normal phones to be able to access services.
All right. Any more questions from the jury? I don't see.
I can ask a question. Yeah. I want to know, what are you going to do on Monday? How are you going to start to implement the project?
Yes. So during the hackathon, what we were actually doing as others were working on the prototype was talking to farmers because they are, and also input suppliers because these are potential customers. We also talked to them through mobile interviews just to confirm in terms of whether they would use the product, whether they would actually pay for it. So from Monday, the most critical thing that we will be doing is we will get into now development by developing the application, minimum viable application. And yeah, we will take it to the market because we already have these people on our list as potential leads that we can actually sign up as we develop the project. And this way, it will also help us not just get them as our first customers, but also help us learn through the customer journey and the process, and even iterate better to have a better product that serves farmers.
Thank you.
Also
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good luck, guys. The next team up is from the Smart Cities. They're from Nigeria, and the team name is Get Them Online.
Hello, my name is Okechukwu from Team Get Them Online. The problem we're trying to solve is quite simple but has a huge impact. Rural and remote communities with poor road networks and building clusters end up having very poor internet access. This is due to the building clusters that block network signals, inconsistent power supply, and poor road network that makes network companies reluctant to invest in these areas. This is our test site where we are testing our hardware setup and did quite a number of configurations in the course of the EU Africa Hackathon. It's a remote area with a poor road network, unstable power supply, and building clusters. And here is the kind of network signal you will get in a place like this. This was tested today live on site, a very poor and mostly unusable network signal and internet access. Our solution, like the problem, is also simple but significant. First, we installed an outdoor signal booster that can pull and amplify a very weak network signal from a network tower up to 1 to 2 kilometers away. This is what the network looks like with the signal booster turned off and then turned on. The difference is significant and a bit satisfying, really. We then configured an enterprise-grade router that picks the boosted signal and transmits it through a series of strategically placed outdoor Wi-Fi access points. From the outdoor access points, people can then connect to our network using their phones and laptops and get an improved and usable internet connection. We also utilized an existing solar energy system to keep the setup running uninterrupted. And here is our outdoor signal booster. And here you can see our outdoor access point. And here we have our solar setup with our enterprise grade router and ISP routers. So far, we have some encouraging results. Like yesterday and today, network was quite bad and very unstable and unusable in our test location. And we noticed that people started connecting to our boosted network in order to access the internet. And it got us excited because it shows signs of life and that people are noticing and already utilizing what we are building. We still have a couple of technical challenges to overcome, like load balancing, which is all about combining multiple internet service providers to get a bigger bandwidth, and failover system, an automated failover system, so that one system failing doesn't mean our entire network fails, and other technical hurdles we are trying to overcome. But so far we have a very functional prototype that is deployable actually, and we are proud of what we've built.
All right, interesting soundtrack choice there on the pitch. Let's move on to the questions from the jury. Trine has a question. Trine, go ahead.
Hey, thank you for the presentation. I didn't got that part. How are you going to make money with this solution?
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. It's quite simple. We are creating data plans where people can subscribe to different data plans, a monthly plan, a weekly plan, to use our access points to access the internet. So we are doing some research to make sure that our data plans are significantly cheaper than what the big companies are providing. So we're very competitive, offering cheaper data plans with much stable internet connectivity. So that's how we plan to make money, by selling data plans and bandwidths.
All right. Agatha has a question.
I actually have two questions. The first is about the team. How many people are there in your team and what are the roles? And the other one is about your product. Like you showed that there's a solar panel, there's the signal booster. So it's different components. So what will be your final product?
Okay. Our final product is an access point. Okay, I'll start with the team. We're a team of three. We have a data scientist and a computer network engineer who was doing most of the configurations, and then myself too. I'm a software developer, so I worked on the website. Then we have a marketing team lead. She's working on the publicity aspect of the project when we actually launch big time. Then the product is an access point. It's like call it a hotspot network, where you come to an area, a cluster where there are so many buildings, and you get your phone, you see our hotspot on your phone, and you connect to it, and you reach out to us and start browsing. Everything is auto-configured, though we have not done that completely yet, but that's about it. It's a hotspot, basically, but an enterprise level hotspot that can cover up to 200-meter range to 250, depending.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Let's move on. We have 8 teams left. So there's 8 teams left to be shown in the top 20. So hang in there if you're not, if you haven't been called yet. There's still hope. Let's move on to the next one, which is in the digital economy topic. It is from Kenya, Team Farminika.
Hi, I'm Barak, representing Team Farminika. Many times you'll find people want to engage into agriculture, but they lack the expertise and the knowledge. So they just get into agriculture on a trial and error basis. So the mobile application that we are building is just to bridge a gap between an expert and a farmer and connect the two. And that's the expert and the farmer. So if you want to engage a farmer, you want to engage an expert, you just click on this icon and go here, you're looking for goods and service. So you are a fish farmer wanting to erect a fish pond. So you want an expert in erecting a fish pond. So just go into fish farming. And on the search bar, you'll just enter the keywords fish pond, and the app will just give you suggestions of people who are involved in fish pond erection. So these are the experts. So this is just an overview of what you would expect. So let's say a farmer wants to engage Joseph. So here is where they can just talk, negotiate, and reach an agreement, either through the text or a phone call. So after reaching an agreement, you will just reserve and make the payment. So the payment is directed to the application. So our work is just to hold the payments until Joseph has completed the service that he was rendering to the farmer. That is where we remit the payment to Joseph. So the app is basically going to earn commissions from such payment, and we will also be running ads on the feed, on the homepage, because that is where people post and just share their experiences. Apart from the ads, we will also plan to have an e-commerce platform within the app where we engage in first-party sales. We'll just source the produce from the farmers on the app and sell them to another consumer or another third party. So we just source them, consolidate them, and sell them. So the experts will also be able to just run ads on the applications to just expose themselves to other opportunities within the application. So our future plan is just to refine the prototype and engage in the full stack development of the application. As per now, we are already partnered with some full stack developers to help us in the app development. The gig economy is set to generate $450 billion by 2023. And what better way to engage in this and get a slice of this while also improving the agricultural sector and ensuring zero hunger as per the SDG number 2. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation. Now let's go to the jury for some tough questions. Gonçalo.
Not sure I heard about your team, how many people, who does what. And again, I asked the same question I asked previously. How do you reach out to the farmers? How do they make them aware that your app exists?
Okay, so I'll just start with the team. We are a team of 3 members currently. So one of them is me, who is running the marketing aspect of the app development. And I have Bella, who is also a technical lead in the UI UX design, and Mark, who is also a developer on the technical side. So we also had a late addition, as you've seen on the demo video. We also had a late addition of a full stack developer who is just going to help us in further development of the application. And on reaching farmers, we are already reaching out to organizations and NGOs like FAO, who are going to organize, who usually organize technical or capacity building with farmers. So we just want, when they organize such conferences and workshops, we can just use it to just market our app and make them aware of being involved in the application. And we also want to just engage influencers on social media who are in agricultural influencing. Like we have Caleb Kagura, who is one good influencer in agriculture here in Kenya. So we just want him to be able to partner with us in marketing and just increasing the awareness of our application.
All right, thank you for that very thorough answer. I don't know if we have any more questions from the jury. Not that I can see at the moment. So I guess we can move on with the next team. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Team Farmanica. Next team up is coming from Egypt, again on the e-governance track, and the team is called Bidaya Development.
Hello everyone, my name is Ahmed Fouila from Team Bidaya Development in Egypt. We're working on solving the problem of digitalizing governmental agencies, which can be summarized in 2 points. First, current resource management systems operate on a single agency or organization, which does not represent real-life scenarios or interactions very well. And that means that extra overhead is usually needed to adapt these systems to be usable. There's also the problem of sharing data between multiple entities. Since their systems are not operating on the same standards, this leads to the entities using other traditional means of connection, like emails, WhatsApp groups, or even using paper. The solution we're working on is building a multi-tenant system that can adapt multiple entities and their resources, and here's our prototype. First of all, this is the landing page where users can see general news about the system, interact with it. When the user authenticates into the system, they are navigated to the dashboard where they can manage their related entities, their resources, and see some basic statistics about their usage on the site. Our first page here is the related entities, where users can see their relationships to other entities on the system. For example, a user can own an organization or have a review or write or read access over its resources. A user can also create a new organization. They can also add a new relationship or declare a relationship between themselves or an entity that they represent. For example, you might be representing another organization. Once the users declare their relationships between other entities, you can access the entity details that you created or an organization that you created. You can see its basic details, some basic relationships about it and other entities. You can also see other resources that are owned or managed by you, for example, construction projects, where you can see the committees created, basic information about the project. You can also have access to the files in the system that you uploaded. You can share them. There's also some basic statistics in here. The business model for the system will be subscription-based, meaning that users get a free quota when they use the system for free, but they have to pay more to use more resources. We also plan on scaling the system to span multiple governorates, and maybe in the future our dream can come true where the entire country is using it. As for our team, we have been together for a long time and we have some very skilled developers and business managers. Lastly, we're thankful for this chance given to us by the hackathon hosts, and we hope to gain experience and knowledge from this event onwards. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation. Let's go on to the jury to ask you some questions. I see Agatha has a question.
Yes, thank you for the pitch. Can you please give us a concrete example of one or two organizations that could use your platform to cooperate and how they would do that?
Do we have the team there in the Zoom?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. So yeah, we actually partnered with an organization a couple of months ago. They wanted us to migrate their paper data into digital data. They were managing construction projects, large construction projects. They had problems maintaining the financial details, the project progress, everything. So that's where we started actually our very first system, which just dealt with this specific organization. It just tracked their own progress. It just tracked their own financial data. It did not expand outwards. It didn't know anything about the construction projects onward.
You're a busy man. Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, we actually were dealing with Mansour University in Egypt. That's who we partnered with. So that's where we got the idea to be able to make a multi-tenant system that can include multiple organizations as well as multiple construction companies, multiple project owners, anything that can track resources between multiple organizations should work.
Thank you.
All right, Trine, you have a question?
Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
Do you have any competitors?
In that specific field in Egypt, no. We're the first one to implement a multi-tenant system that deals with resource management. But we have many competitors in single resource management. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to cut you off because we're running out of time. I need to know, what did you build during the hackathon? Because you have a strong team together.
We built this entire, we have linked in the YouTube video, we built the UI UX, and we built a Flutter web app, and its source code is also linked in the video description.
Thank you.
So we built the UI UX and the web. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mari, will you present the next one?
Yes, the next team comes from Tanzania, vulnerable population topic, and the team name is Twigabyte.
Hi, my name is Victor Captain, and I'm from Twigabyte. In sub-Saharan Africa, major sources of information to prenatal and postnatal care are in two forms, through a baby tracking app or through word of mouth. However, the majority of the apps used do not provide localized and relevant content and context, and on the other hand, one cannot fully rely on word of mouth as it tends to provide contradicting information. This presents barriers in accessing localized, relevant, and reliable prenatal and postnatal information and care. Our team is building a platform through a mobile app that aims to provide tailored and reliable prenatal and postnatal information, as well as connecting mothers to fellow mothers and caregivers in the similar community. Let's take a journey through the app as Grace, who is 9 weeks pregnant and with high blood pressure. When Grace is fully onboarded to the app, we will aggregate and deliver localized content that is personalized to her from reliable sources, such as practitioners and specialists in the country, which she can further query with the choice of our language. Furthermore, we aim to connect Grace with a community of mothers who are in the same stage with her, to which they can share their experiences and interact on issues that are rarely discussed, like postpartum depression. Last but not least, due to the lack of booking systems in Tanzanian health institutes, we are looking to build an end-to-end booking system that will further allow Grace to book her next clinic appointment with ease and convenience. We aim to monetize the platform in 3 ways. 1, through an integrated e-commerce platform. 2, a subscription fee from the booking platform from the health institutes. And 3, have our healthcare partners subscribe to our tool that will give them direct access to communication with the mothers. Before the hackathon, we had nothing but an idea. During the hackathon, we built our prototype, engaged and tested our prototype with multiple stakeholders, such as mothers, doctors, and the Association of Gynecologists and Obstetricians in Tanzania. We're looking forward to building stronger partnerships with the Ministry of Health and other health institutes to develop a sustainable and reliable solution. Our team consists of 3 members, Emmanuel and I, who are the software engineers, and Ms. Camilla, who is a development professional and an alumni of the UNDP African Young Women Leaders Fellowship Program. What unites us as a team is our passion to maternal health that is brought from watching our own mothers face difficult maternal experiences, ranging from miscarriages to premature birth. We dream that through our platform, we will connect mothers to other mothers and specialists across Africa. We see a Kenyan specialist helping out a Tanzanian mother with ease. Every day as a mother is a milestone on earth. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Let's now go to the jury. I see Gonzalo has a question.
Hi, interesting presentation and interesting app. My question, why?
1 second, someone hasn't muted. Yeah, Gonzalo, go ahead.
Why are you doing it? Where does the idea come from? How do you come up with a need for this app? From where?
So, hi Gonzalo. So, to begin with, the idea actually was birthed 5 years ago. But at that time, what we wanted to do was we wanted to start with the age of 23 and below, because my mother gave me birth at 23 and below. And around that time, if you look at the age of 23, it's when most people begin, they're still students. So with figuring life as a student and life as a mother, it's 2 different things. But we weren't able to launch because the government wasn't really pro pregnancy at young age. But at the government that it is right now, they are pro pregnancy at young age. So because of that, we thought to think even on a broader scale, that not just 23 and below, but throughout motherhood in general, as a, you know, from first-time moms to mothers who have been, you know, giving birth, but they've been facing problems. They did not know how to take care of it. During the 3rd or 4th pregnancy, that's when they come to understand what to do better.
All right. Thank you for that answer. Does anybody else in the jury? Agatha, you have a question?
Yes, thank you for the presentation. How do you plan to animate the community? I see there's a forum, it's super interesting. How will you keep people engaged?
Yes, so fun fact, actually yesterday we were talking to the president of the Association of Gynecologists and Obstetricians. She found it very helpful and she actually wants us to meet, she sent a text actually today, she wants us to meet later. And she wants us to meet and see how we can navigate around with the Ministry of Health and, you know, so on and so forth. When we were actually talking with one of the doctors, she pointed out that Tanzanians don't really like to read. They like to be entertained. So from that, what we thought that when we start communicating to all these institutes that we plan to bring on board, we have to make sure that the content and the context that are coming on board are hitting the nail from the get-go, you know. So, and with the help of these other institutes in between, they can verify that, okay, this content can actually hit the nail or not.
All right. Thank you very much for those answers. Let's move on now to the next team that made it to the top 20. We're going to the job security team, a team from Uganda called Community Creativity for Development.
Hi guys, I'm called Matthew
and I'm the team leader for community creativity for the moment, one of the participants for the hackathon. Our problem that we are trying to solve is on job security. We realize that most youths within the settlement has been faced with unemployment, and this is due to lack of competence and skills that they can use in order to create jobs for themselves or else get a formal employment. We aim to solve this problem through skills development and livelihood support to the youths. And how does this work? We are going to establish a youth skills development center in order to tackle this unemployment issue. Digital literacy skills training, including non-digital literacy skills, tailoring, beauty care, and this will be based on the interest of the youths. And our trainings are basically going to be hands-on trainings. So we are trying to include the components of the business because we shall be also training youths on entrepreneurship. So the business model is going to be in a way that the community members are going to contribute like 30% of the monies that are going to be used for training, and then the organization contributes 70%. All these contributions that comes from the community members are going to be geared towards the sustainability of the center. We will continue, to lobby for funds from other donors, but as well sell out this idea to other potential people who can support our ideas. And we plan to implement this project in the community. Even if we don't win or win, we will make sure that we implement it. And we have a competent team ranging from ICT professionals and to other professionals in different fields with over 10 years experience in working with communities that are marginalized. Thank you so much for watching. We are so grateful to be part of this.
Thank you so much to your team for joining this hackathon and making it to the top 20. Let's now go to the jury. I understand Gonzalo. Gonzalo, you have a question?
Yeah, my question is related to the your communication plan. How do you plan to promote your idea?
Thank you so much. I'm so much grateful to the EU African Hackathon organizers. In terms of promoting or communicating our activities to the people, we have quite a big network within the settlement and even outside the settlement, where we are so much in communication, especially digitally, but as well using non-digital forms. For example, within the refugee settlement where we are.
All right. Agatha?
Yes, thank you for the presentation. I was wondering, what did you exactly build during the hackathon? Because it looks like you've been running these workshops, these hands-on trainings for a little while now.
Thank you so much. During the hackathon, what we had been, building is the last product that you saw on solar charger making. This is an example of something that we are trying to make the youth build things using the available resources.
All right. Let's move on now to the next one. Congratulations, guys, for making it to the top 20. Let's present the next team that made it.
So the next one in the lineup is the 17th team. So after that, we have 3 more teams to go. It's also a very international team from Nigeria, Tunisia, Slovenia, from the food topic, and it's called Tractive Engine.
Hi, my name is Frane Potrč, and I'm representing my team, Tractive Engine.
We're a mostly Nigerian, but also international team working on a project to de-risk the African agricultural value chain. Due to the COVID crisis, food inflation has grown alarmingly in Nigeria and throughout sub-Saharan Africa. More than 100 million people are facing severe food shortages throughout the continent, and more than 36 million smallholder farmers don't have access to machinery, storage, or the market in Nigeria alone. This leads to shortages and large-scale food importation. Yet, over 70% of the African population are farmers, but agriculture only accounts to about 20% of the GDP. Smallholder farmers lack access to infrastructure and can't afford tractors or other vital equipment, and many people who have the needed equipment or machinery find it difficult to manage. Tractive Engine is a fleet-sharing platform that crowdsources farm equipment, buying and selling produce and livestock through a unique combination of high-tech equipment and a marketplace for farmers, fleet owners, and wholesalers. With our IoT-powered equipment, we are able to streamline and modernize farming and the storage and transportation of goods, even in areas with poor infrastructure. IoT telematics devices will be sold or rented through the platform, which will allow the transmission of data about crops, consumption, and soil quality through a dedicated app, even locally without an internet connection. First, a desktop web prototype was created, explaining what Tractive Engine does and offers. The site is geared towards getting the user to sign up and buying or renting the smart farming equipment, and of course then registering and downloading our app and joining the platform. The clickable app prototype showcases an easy and intuitive sign-up process where the user merely confirms their area of expertise, either farmer, fleet owner, wholesaler, or agent, enters their information and any other relevant info for the sign-up process. After that, the user is redirected to the dashboard, where he has an overview of all the vital information gathered by the smart farming equipment, has an option to see their stock of grain, earnings, and so on, and can even then visit the marketplace, where he or she can rent, buy, or sell their equipment, goods, or services. Lastly, there is even a support page which offers an option to get in touch with local agents. There is a huge potential market in Nigeria and Africa. We talked to local farmers and already thousands are willing to subscribe. We plan to charge a sustainable 5% commission on fleet rental services and 3% on transportation, with an affordable option to buy or rent the smart farming equipment. We offer a unique combination of modern smart farming and a crowdsourced marketplace for Africa, which can improve the lives of millions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Let's now go to the jury for some questions. Who has some questions for this team? Trin?
Hey, thank you for the presentation. Is there anything similar, like who are your competitors?
Yes, thank you very much for that question and everyone in the call. Yeah, we have Elo Tractor in Nigeria doing something similar. So, but they are in the western part of Nigeria. Our target market is 11 million farmers in the northern part, in the 6 states of Nigeria, northern part.
All right, thank you for that answer. I don't know if there's any more questions.
I want to know a little bit of your background. Like, in a sense, it doesn't come out, the demo was very much of a storytelling. I don't know anything about your background. So why do you think you can actually implement that solution? What makes your team strong? What are the skills?
I myself, Ibrahim Salman, I am full stack engineer and a certified IoT engineer. So a friend from Croatia is a product designer and UI designer. I have Musa, who is also a full stack engineer. We have Yaya in the team, who is into marketing and customer relation. So, and we have Bashir, who is also a UIS and product designer. So we have a very strong team.
You guys have to also get some farmers in the team. So
Yaya is a farmer.
Ah, okay.
That's why
okay.
he's into customer relation. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Well done, guys. We're down to the last 3 teams. 3 teams are left to be presented in the top 20. I know it's been a long show so far. A lot of teams anxious to see if they're going to make it to the top 20. There's 3 teams left. Let's get on with the next one, which is coming from Nigeria and from the DRC, and it's on the education topic. G Reader.
Hi, my name is Montek Emmanuel. I am the UI UX and the graphic designer of group number 10, G-Read. In our group, we have 4 people. We have Bia Paul, who is our software engineer. We have Onyema Israel, the team lead. And we also have Josiah Aurelien, who is our art director. So during our user research, we discovered that there are a lot of problems facing the African society. One of them being the education problem in the fact that there are a lot of school dropouts, and there are so many reasons which could be lack of financial loan, the death of the sponsor, or or a student may be very sick. In the case of Mary Ann, she was in coma, so she couldn't complete her academic year, so she missed out a lot. So in order to remedy this situation, we came up with a cross-platform mobile application which is called iReader. iReader will provide curricular studies for people who cannot read and write, people who miss out on the academic year, people who are sick, people who drop out, people who want to write exams. So this app is for them. So with this app, it's going to eradicate almost 99.9%. It's going to increase the literacy rate in Africa to almost 99.9%. So this app is very user-friendly, very amazing, and our group has a great potential in the marketing field, development, design, and the business field. So this is amazing. So I'll just go ahead and show you what the app does. So this is the home page of the app. So Mary Ann will just choose a lesson, and on the lesson you have various and on the lesson and on the language page you have various levels. You can choose the one that you want. On this level you can also choose your skills that you want to begin with. You have reading, writing, listening, and speaking. You can choose the reading skills, Mary Ann. And so you have the text and the instruction. And so you will have, the text is the sound, is called phonetics. So you have an illustration, so you can read out the sound into a complete grammatically correct phrase. And if you have it wrong, you have the error message right there. You close the error message. And if you corrected the mistake, you have the green bar and a congratulations that you score some 3 coins. You can close it and you go back to the home page. Thank you, guys.
All right, well done for that. Let's now head to the jury for some questions. Gonçalo?
I have many questions, but I keep it to one. What's your business model? How do you plan to make money with this app?
Oh, great. First of all, I want to thank you guys for this great initiative for EU and Africa Hackathon. And of course, we do have very great plans and we have people on board already. And of course, I was talking to people who are ready to pay for courses. We have a lot of schools, a lot of teachers who are ready to submit very useful some materials to each of these courses, each of the subjects. And of course, students always pay for extracurricular courses to make good grades, to have a better degree and an advanced level. So we're going to start from on the app, we have the free and the paid version. So we want to make it open for everyone, first of all. So of course, the free version is kind of, you have a very short courses to go in, but we'll make it approximately from $10 to about $25 per courses or per subject, so completion. And of course, we want to integrate bigger institution, government-owned and privately owned institutions who can be recognized. We're going to recognize the app and to put in more effort with the materials coming from reliable sources. Yeah.
All right. I don't know if Gonçalo has a follow-up question or any of the members of the jury. Agatha?
Yes, thank you for the presentation. I was wondering, what's your target market in terms of students and age groups? Do you plan to cover everyone from like primary to secondary, or do you have a sweet spot? Thank you.
Excellent. During the user research, we discovered that if we target a younger population, which in Africa is about below 10 years, a lot of them don't have smartphones, and so they're going to depend on their parents to download the app, and the parents is going to pay for them to use the app. So that's why we widen our age group. So it's from like 7 years old to 45. Because there are people who drop out schools because of just sickness. They were sick, they couldn't complete the academic year. In Africa, there's no financial loan at all. So people sponsor themselves to whatever level of education. So it's pretty much hard for them. And so some of them miss quality education. They miss some kind of tracks. So they want to catch up. So it is very important that some of them comes back from the age of 35, 30. I have friends who are 25 years old who miss biology, chemistry, arts and war, so they will have to catch up during the days. I mean, they want to. Also, if you want to pick up another career of your lifetime, I mean, it's a great platform, excellent, perfect platform. It's going to help you scale up your skill, build up your savings, even for a job. If you have an exam, if you have a job career, you want to go for science and technology. For in Africa, there's robotics coming up. I mean, we plan to populate this app with resourceful information from robotics, from science, from art, and from all reliable sources.
Thank you. We're going to have to cut you off now. We completely believe that's an awesome platform that you guys love your excitement. Great founders. I can see already that you're going to develop it forward. But we're going to have to move on now. We only have 2 more teams left. I'm going to announce the one before the last team. So the 19th team from Morocco, Smart Clean team. Topic health.
Every day, humans are exposed to 600,000 types of bacteria and germs, all of which can survive for up to 3 hours on their hands and can multiply into more than 8 million versions in a day. Without realizing it, humans leave all these microorganisms on the door handles, making the surface a nest of bacteria and microbes. Hi, it's Nizar Oboujma, the team leader of Smart Clean, and this is our project. Smart Clean is a simple, elegant, and adaptable solution to the germ propagation through easy installation. It is a handle that self-disinfects after each use. An ingenious operation allows the ring to slide along the handle while depositing a disinfectant which will eliminate the germs found there. The first of its kind in Africa, Smart Clean will excel in the hygiene sector while offering a competitive price and efficiency reaching 99%. Our marketing strategy involves a large customer base segmented in 2 main categories: wholesalers such as schools, medical establishments, and hotels who will buy directly from the supplier, and individuals who will obtain the product in supermarkets. A study based on the economic peak of sanitary solutions by 115% in the year 2020 and 90% positive response of 300 individuals in the health domain. In addition, we have modernized our channel through a website designed for the online purchase of the product. This strategy requires extensive media coverage based on sponsored posts via social networks. For the technicality, the project consists of an electric motor, an ultrasonic sensor to detect the movement of the handle, as well as an Arduino board that manages everything. Once the system is triggered, the electric motor turns the screw, and the disinfectant ring moves back and forth to ultimately return to its initial position, while depositing gel provided by a hose and detection sensor of water. Our team consists of 3 mechatronics designing the prototypes, a developer and a designer handling the digital part of the project, and 6 marketers in charge of the development of the business model and the marketing strategy. Our goal is to sell an innovative handle in our local and international markets while ensuring the best quality for a minimum price of $50. Smart Clean is a solution that affects the world of hygiene and raises the immunity of the entire population, combining not only reasonable prices but also on the level of its efficiency and specialty in Africa.
Thank you very much for that pitch. Now let's head to the jury for some tough questions. Who wants to ask a question to this team?
I can get a first question. Love the enthusiasm about clean hands, hygiene, shows in your pitch as well. But I want to know what did you build in these 72 hours?
We had the key idea of Smart Clean with the primitive prototype. So the first day we started working on our business model from scratch. as well as benchmark to know better our market size and competitors. Then moved on the next day on shaping our prototype after 80 long hours non-stop working on it. We also 3D printed so that we envisioned the final idea of our project in front of us. Without waiting any further, we started developing our website for the purchase and the media coverage. And we finalized our work and had by this morning a working prototype, as you can see in the pitch.
Thank you.
All right. Any more questions from the jury? Agatha?
Yes, thank you for the presentation. Do you plan to develop other similar devices? Now it's just a door handle, but do you think that your solution could be adapted to other pieces of furniture or other objects?
First of all, the key idea was the door handle. So the first prototype was the creating it. After that, we will be adapting it to different doors, as well as windows and other kinds of objects. But for now, we're focusing on making the prototype of the door handle perfect. Then we will move on studying the other type of prototype. Yes.
Good answer. Gonzalo, I see you have your hand up. Let's do a quick question and a quick answer.
The question is very quick. How do you plan to reach out to supermarkets, hotels, all your targets? I mean, you mentioned
okay,
all this.
So we have. Okay, thank you for the question first. And we have two types of reaching our for reaching the markets. So we have the B2B and the B2C, business to business. So we're going to aim for the first time like schools and enterprises and stuff and supermarkets. And on the other hand, there is the B2C, like from we as a business to customers directly.
All right. Thank you so much for that answer. And now it's time to move on with the last team we're going to show here. And remember, the order of the teams doesn't reflect the ranking of the teams. We were randomly selecting the top 20 to be shown. So don't think that that's the order of the teams has anything to do with their ranking. But it's time to present you with the last team that makes it to the top 20. I see a lot of anxious faces on Zoom waiting to see if your team made it into the top 20. So I'm going to announce in the category of, or maybe before I say the category, I'm going to say the country. So we started with Ethiopia, and we're going to end in Ethiopia in the Smart Cities category. Talubin, well done for making it to the top 20.
Hello, my name is Nathan. I am from the Talubin team. We came up with a hardware plus software solution for efficient plastic waste collection and plastic type identification. The traditional plastic waste collection is outdated, in that disposed wastes are dumped together mixed with biodegradable waste, often making it very difficult to get closer to the trash bins and giving hard time for collectors. Our smart trash bin will identify plastic bottles from non-plastic bottles and sort the plastic bottles based on their type and color, and it will finally shred it into smaller pieces. We make money by selling the collected plastic for the plastic recyclers and our smart trash bin for the institutions. During this hackathon, we focused on working on the web and mobile application. On the mobile application, we were able to complete the feature that would let pickup workers to track our smart trash bins on a map. The application fetches the data sent to it by the smart trash bin, and it displays details of the bin's weight level and its location. We were also able to complete a website that allows recycling and bottling companies to purchase collected plastic, which are shredded and sorted by color and type. And another for institutions to order their own custom smart bins. Our platform creates a sense of competition between institutions to be eco-friendly by recognizing those who are contributing to the proper disposal of plastic using our product. We ensure the continuous growth of awareness to our users and the society by providing up-to-date information and engineering the best practices. Our team is composed of talented engineers and designers with many years of experience. Lidatu Kuma is our product manager, Fisaha and Heran are our mobile developers, Tariya is the front-end engineer, Abel is our product designer, Kalab is our embedded systems engineer, and I am responsible for the back-end engineering part. So, by keeping our environment clean and taking care of what we can contribute, we can easily make an impact. We make recycling easy. We multiply your easy effort.
All right, thank you so much for that video. And now let's head to the jury. Agatha.
Thank you for the pitch. I was wondering, how do you plan to differentiate from other competitors in the market?
Okay. Thank you for having us. Our bin is unique. There are not a lot of competition working on this aspect. So we have that edge over our competitions.
All right, Gonzalo.
Salamno, I want to ask you if this business plan is, this idea, this concept is only for Ethiopia or for Addis Ababa, or to be replicated in other cities in the world?
We're currently starting with Ethiopia, but we want to expand throughout the world and throughout the whole of Africa. Anyone that that uses plastic bottles can use this product.
All right, thank you for that answer. I don't see any more hands going up, so I think that's it for the pitches. Thank you for that answer. And we've concluded the top 20. So before we continue, let's give a big round of applause to all the teams that made it to the top 20 of this hackathon. And of course, to all the teams that were participating in this hackathon in general, because I think we started off with 500 ideas being submitted, and now you saw the top 20. I just checked on Slack. We had close to 2,000 people active on Slack. So
how many messages?
I didn't count the messages. I think we can do that counting before the final. But again, if you didn't make it to the top 20, if you were not selected here, forget about the jury. Forget about the people that were evaluating, because I think if you're active and keep working on your idea on your own, you're gonna show everyone how much you can get done, and you're going to prove everyone that you have what it takes to build your idea. What's going to happen now? Now the jury is going to take a good look at the ideas that they're voting. They're going to go into a decision room where we're going to decide on the top teams, and we're going to come out in the award ceremony that's going to start in a bit, where we will announce the winning of each of the topics and the winning teams from the hackathon. In the meantime, don't forget, the voting is still open for the favorite of the audience. So make sure you get your friends, you get your family, you get your, your pets that have an account on Facebook to make sure they vote for the favorite of the audience. The voting for that closes in about 15 minutes. So you got 15 minutes left to get some votes on the favorite of the audience. And in the meantime, we're going to go with the jury to do some reflection, and we will be back at
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Johannesburg time, 7 p.m. Tallinn time. So you have some time to relax. Now the decision is no longer in your hands. You can relax, you can breathe, and take some Coke or whatever you want to do, some tea, and we're going to come back at 7 p.m. for that. So take a rest. We'll be back soon, and don't forget to vote for your favorite of the audience.